everyone, Andrea Aurora here. So, the fall is here and I'm ready for some comfort food. Tonight I'm making a dinner for my family and it's going to be a pork tenderloin wrapped in bacon with an apricot chipotle sauce. I'm also going to be doing a Brussels sprout, cherry tomato, and almond slivered salad, as well as a savory bread pudding. Let's get started with our bacon wrapped pork tenderloin. I'm going to start by putting the bacon in a pan, and that's just to get a nice even sear on both sides so that when we wrap the pork, the bacon's already a little bit crispy. If you wrap the bacon around the pork before searing it off, the inside part that's within the pork is not going to be crispy, only the outside is. This is how you want the bacon to look. We don't want it to crisp up or to become too curly. We just want to get it to sear off nice and evenly, but it still needs to be pliable so that we can wrap it around. I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm going to let these cool down. Now that our bacon's been par-cooked, I'm going to start by cutting up our pork tenderloin. A good rule of thumb, if you're not quite sure how thick to cut the sections, take a piece of your par-cooked bacon and simply wrap it around like that, and then give your pork a cut. That way you know just how thick to do it, considering some slices of bacon are thicker than others. After you've done that, take a toothpick and secure it so that when it cooks, it holds its shape. Now that our pork tenderloin is sectioned off beautifully and we've wrapped it with our bacon, we are going to salt and pepper it. So normally I would use fresh cracked pepper, but for this, because I'm going to do a chipotle sauce, I'm going to get a little snazzy and use the red chili pepper flakes. Just take a little bit of salt and go along each one. And salt also helps form a nice crust. So salt and pepper. Just like that. I'm going to finish these up and then we're going to get them in a pan to get a nice sexy sear. Let's get these little puppies in there. Oh, sexy. And if it's too hot or they start to, burst up at you with the fat, use some tongs, please, people. Oil burns on your arms are not sexy. Trust me. Like 6 of them. And this is quick. Check out that sexy sear that we have on our pork tenderloin. I've just seared each side for about 15 seconds. Like I said, guys, real good hot pan. And you don't have to count to 15, just check by the color. If it looks nice and brown and ready, flip it and then put a lid right over it. And then we're gonna pop it in the oven for about 17 to 20 minutes on 400 degrees. And if you're not comfortable with it being 17 to 20 minutes because you like it cooked more or cooked less, that's totally up to you. You can use a thermometer to check the temperature. And now we're going to get started on our sauce. Place 1 7-ounce can of chipotle peppers into a small sauce pot. Don't worry about breaking them down. We will strain the peppers out when the sauce is ready. Second, add 1 cup of a nice sweet red wine for a good velvety texture. Third, add 1 cup of either a chicken or a beef stock. This is going to give a good flavor. Fourth, add 3 very liberal scoops of apricot preserve. This is for the sweetness. Give it a stir and reduce for 30 to 40 minutes. If it doesn't thicken, add 3 scoops of cornstarch. Check this out, people. This is our reduction. Remember, we started off with 2 cups of liquid, and look at what it's reduced down to. If you're wondering where the chipotles are, I've removed them. If you want to make this hotter, you can leave them in there and then put it in a blender and then strain it. I've decided to take it out so they could not be too hot. I'm going to finish it off with 1/4 of a stick of butter and sort of just let that melt in there, and you want to keep it moving so your sauce doesn't really break. You can also get a whisk, which is probably the better route, and whisk your butter in. This is going to be such a tasty sauce. Our pork tenderloin is done, everybody, and so is our sauce. Check it out. I've done a cute little garnish of rosemary from my mom's garden. Nice plate. And here's our sauce. It's reduced down and I've strained it and put it in the little sauce carrier. Now let me just tell you, this sauce is a little spicy, so you can serve the pork tenderloin with the sauce already on it, or you can put it on the side like I do. That concludes video 1, pork tenderloin and our Chipotle apricot sauce. Enjoy!